Hi there, and welcome to Impros, where we mix technology and music to make practice more effective and fun. My name is Julian, and I'm thrilled to have you here. I've been passionate about music my whole life, and at the same time I was studying at the conservatory, I was also studying for electronic engineering, which is my main job. After graduating, I started working full-time as a software engineer. So I understand the struggles of dealing with a busy life and at the same time trying to make progress with the piano. Balancing these two demanding fields taught me a lot on how to make practice more efficient. And over the years, I learned and developed strategies to make the most out of the limited practice sessions that I had. Some days I could only practice for 10 minutes at the day, but still I used the techniques that I'm going to show you to make the most out of those 10 minutes. My mission is to help you overcome these challenges and make real progress. So let's see how I would practice a challenging passage that I'm working on at the moment. And this is from Chopin Waltz in C# minor. You might know the piece, so it goes like this. And then the B section goes something like this. And as you noticed, my playing was sloppy and I'm still practicing this piece, but I think this is a perfect example of how I would practice something like this. You need to diagnose what are the difficult things that you're having trouble with. In this case, for me, it was the skips in the left hand and the pattern in the right hand, and then putting them both together and also memorizing this. To be honest, this is the second tape I'm doing on the video, so it's already feeling more familiar. But at the first one, I was really struggling with remembering the pattern in the right hand. But then you isolate this thing, you repeat it many times. And once that's sort of stable, you move to the next thing. And again, you loop those many times. And hopefully this shows you how you can make the most out of maybe 10 minutes of practice. It doesn't matter, you still got this pattern many times. Whereas if you were trying to play the whole piece in 10 minutes, maybe you do one pass. So that's not really doing much for you in terms of practice. So the part that I'm struggling with particularly is that end scale. So right? And with something like this, I think the first thing is to isolate the difficulty. So I have, as I said, the left hand, and the left hand is doing this. It's a waltz, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I would practice these skips. And I would isolate just the skip. And maybe I can loop just that 50 times or something until it's in my muscle memory. And depending on the piece and the rhythm, I might also do something else. But in this case, I have the rhythm, it's simple. It's just the skip and the notes that I want to practice. Right? And then I want to see how this coincides with the right hand. But first, I need to learn the right hand. So for something like this, I need to first understand what the scale is. And this goes something like this. And then I would isolate and try to understand how this is grouped. So this first group is 4 notes, and I would do this based on the positions on the hand, right? So this is the first position, then I have this, then 2 notes, then 3 notes, 2 notes, 3 notes, and these 3. The last part is a chromatic scale, right? So, and with something like this, I would also try to play these groups, right? And I would also play them like this and loop over one of these groups. And you will notice that when your hand is not bouncing all around the keyboard, you can play quite fast. And then I would play this. Let's say this was way faster, right? This was something at that speed. I would do it at normal speed, so I wouldn't go slow with something like this. I would go. And then I would loop the next group. And then I would go with the first note of the second group. And then the next group is these two. So going backwards is also a great exercise. And maybe I will spend, 10 minutes, and if that is my whole practice session, I would just do that. But I make sure that I isolate these complexities, because this is what's making me progress, and my hand is getting better with these movements. And then another great exercise is I group these based on the hand positions. But now I want to do it on the metric groupings of the beat. So in this case, this is in 3, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, right? So I will start by grouping all possibilities. So the first group is just one note. So 1, I lift my hand, 2, I lift my hand, and like this. But then the other one is on 2 notes. So I can do 2 notes, I lift my hand, 2 notes, I lift my hand, 2 notes, and I would play this fast, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then when you have groups of 2 notes, you have first, so you can do 1, 2, or you can do 2, 1, right? So I can skip this one and do. So you see that this is a different type of accent. The first one was da-da-da, da-da, and this one is da-da, da-da. And you see that, for example, now the fast part is in this change of position. And then I would do all the groups of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, all like that. And then I would do the groups of 4, and then the 5, etc. And after a lot of practice like that, I won't do it all. The right hand is already feeling more familiar for me. So I would now put both hands together. So and I would do the same thing. So I would group this up to the part where they coincide. So again, I'm getting the motions in my hand by repeating this too many times. And then I would continue until the next one. And then the last one is. And then I put everything together. And you see that it already feels better than when I started. And now, this was just the beginning. I will do a lot other things. So practice the the articulation. So I would play this staccato, legato. So I would do. And then change it, so more legato. Sorry. So in summary, you have to be like a doctor diagnosing a patient and understand what are the challenging points. And it can be a memory thing, it can be a skill thing, it can be a grouping, a problem, it can be understanding the harmony. And once you have that, you isolate the sections, maybe the hands, and maybe just the couple notes or the position that you're having trouble with, or the particular skip or change of position. And you just repeat that many, many times. And you can use rhythms, changes of articulation, tempo, dynamics. And then it doesn't matter if you just have 10 minutes, you can make the most out of those 10 minutes. Of course, there are many, many more tips and things that I want to share with you, but I hope this provided some value at least. So stay tuned, and I will be sharing a lot more tips like this. We will cover other topics like habit formation and how you can make a practice habit, what things you should practice on each of your sessions, how to track your progress, how to measure your progress, and much, much more. So I'd love to hear from you and let me know what are your challenges, what are the things that you're struggling with, and what would you like me to cover in future videos. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching and keep practicing.